Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bowhunt or Die. As I sit over here and gracefully look at Justin, what does he have
gracefully.
on? Yes, gracefully. I mean, look at this.
Who says that?
How is this always that you got the newest and the latest Bowhunt or Die gear and I am the last?
Because you're never here. And the work is getting done when you're off playing Johnny Bowhunter somewhere, and then you show up and we got cool new gear. So guys, we just in time for Christmas. I know it's getting close. We're definitely down to the wire here, but we did get some brand new camo hats in. They are for sale right now on the website. We're actually running a free shipping offer through the end of the year. So if you order one of these hats, it ships out for free. And if you guys want a little
those are always great.
addition to your hat, our buddy over at Metal Shed Cast Antlers has also run some great promos here end of the year. Great Christmas gifts, so you can get a Metal Shed antler to go with your Bowhunter Die hat.
Well, there you go.
Look cool.
And there's still time to be able to pull that off. So with the holiday season right around the corner, guys, finally it was my turn to get some airtime here. I felt like, man, the other teammates were whipping my butt this year. I'm not going to...
Well, it wasn't just the teammates. It was the deer
Yeah,
whipping your butt too
fine.
this year. But everybody, it's funny, we keep getting a bunch of emails and social media questions. When are we going to see Todd's buck? When are we going to see Todd's buck? Everyone wants to see the Graf man and his goggles out deer hunting. So we are going to hop into Todd's hunt. We're giving Todd a full episode this year. He hunted very hard in a lot of days. He's got some really cool encounters and great footage. So let's get started.
Woo! I have been getting a run for my money this year chasing these bucks around. Boy, I tell you what, I've yet to lay my eyes on an Illinois shooter. I'm hoping to change that tonight. Got very, very, very calm night tonight. Overcast, as you can see. Got some good stealth cam photos of at least 2 different bucks working this one east-west timber. So the wind today is supposed to be out of the west, switching to the southwest, and then that last half an hour, which kind of stinks, southeast. I'm hoping they're wrong about the southeast.
Well, good morning. Boy, I finally laid my eyes on one of the shooter bucks that I'm after this year yesterday, but unfortunately, he went the other direction. So I'm gonna leave him alone. I need a certain wind to be able to hunt that stand, so I'm gonna go to a different spot this morning, and I'm back after Lumberjack. I've yet to see him on hoof, but I know he's lurking in the area. I got some recent intel.
southeast wind blowing right at me. Stealth cam is on that tree over there. 3. That's 4 instances now in the last 20 days where longhorn has come out of that hole. Now, I don't know what he's doing. He comes out of that hole and he come out and go that way. But I think he's working down here. Beautiful clover strip, corn, sorghum edge here. So I'm hoping with a little bit of luck he comes out tonight. It's my second sit here. I'm hoping this could happen. Well, good morning on October 30th. Man, what a season so far. I mean, I have been worked over by these whitetails. I mean, I don't know what the heck I'm doing wrong this year or what I'm doing differently. I'm not sure that I'm really doing anything different, but this weather has definitely put a dampening on deer movement for sure. Most of the guys that I'm talking to just are not seeing the number of deer for this time of the year. Running behavior is still going on. There's no question about it, but I just think that movement is very small and very isolated into much smaller areas. They're just not putting the miles on their legs yet. So hopefully that's going to begin to change. I think we got rid of some hot weather here yesterday. We got a little overcast today, 50 degrees, not as cold as I would like it for this time of the year, but I definitely think it's an improvement, and I think they're going to start moving around. So going to a great farm. Haven't hunted there a ton this year. I finally adjusted the stand where I wanted it from last year, so we're just going to have to wait to see what happens. So I'm hoping that one of the big boys decides to show up and make a move. So bow hunt or die.
Well, I remember it's like it was yesterday. I got a text message from Todd. It may have been a few expletives in there. He was a little upset that deer came right in. I mean, gosh, he's right there. And just, you know what, he never presented a shot. And, you know, kudos to Todd for having the, I don't even know what you'd call it, but making the right decision, let's just say, to not force a shot at an animal that wasn't right.
Well, I mean, you know, it's something we continue to talk about here on Bowhunt or Die, guys. I mean, it's doing the right thing. You know, if there's any message that I want to drive home as much as possible to all the young bow hunters that are just getting started and you know, you're impressionable and you're getting out there the first couple of times hunting, you know, you want to do the right things. You want to make the right calls. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've never done something dumb before in my life, because I know when I was younger, I definitely took shots that I probably should not have taken. But as I've matured and I've become, you know, a better bow hunter, bow hunt more, the reality is doing the right thing, you're always going to be rewarded in the end for doing the right thing, period.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. And I think this is a topic, again, I mean, I'm a lot more active, I think, in our forum and on some of our social pages, you know.
I think that was a blast right now. But just
no, but I mean, this is something that gets brought up a lot, you know, about, you know, just hunting videos, whether they be internet-based, TV-based, whatever it be, you know, DVDs, you know. There's a lot of guys out there that take questionable shots on video, and they don't talk about it, and they don't use it as an opportunity to teach somebody of, you know, why it was a bad, you know, decision to make some of those shots. And Todd and I have really kind of set a goal for ourselves and our team to, you know, try to not be those guys. If somebody makes a mistake and they do something wrong, yeah, we try to call it out and talk about it. And we also try to, I guess, lead by example and not, you know, take those questionable shots, those super long shots or through brush or too dark or bad angle, because it just isn't worth it. Anybody that's been there and lost an animal because of a questionable shot knows that feeling. For sure. And we're just trying to, I guess, help people avoid making those mistakes.
Right, and again, guys, I mean, remember, that is the ultimate bow hunting situation. You know what, no, I didn't harvest that buck, but man, I'm never gonna forget that wide buck coming in, and all I can hope is that he lives till next year. But I'll tell you what, if you're a fan of the show and you watched last year's episode, one of the bucks we've always were chasing was STD, just a monster, great buck. Justin chased him for years, so did myself and a couple other teammates, and EJ shows up and shoots this deer. Well, would you believe it? EJ shows up like a week later after I have this encounter, and almost about a mile away has Longhorn come walking in, straight in on him, and he is actually lucky enough to get like what I would call the ultimate shot.
Sure.
But unfortunately, he's a little too low and misses the deer. It looks like he may have just nicked his leg just a teeny weeny bit, but that buck is out there to live another day. So
yeah, I mean,
I fear EJ.
Definitely some pretty awesome Tacticam footage right there. We get a ton of questions, guys, asking about the Tacticam. What do you think about it? You know, how does it perform? I mean, the proof's in the pudding right there. I mean, that deer's point blank. He's right there. Awesome footage. It's too bad he didn't connect with him, but hopefully he's out there for next year.
I'm kind of glad he didn't. Sorry, EJ, but
real nice, Graf.
No, I'm teasing him. He knows that.
Never mind. Well, guys, we're going to hop back into the rest of Todd's season, so let's check it out.
This is some of the slowest movement I've ever seen. I mean, it's unbelievable. This has got to just be all driven by these warm temperatures. I mean, the deer are just not moving very far. Just tons of corn still in. Clover's beautiful. Food's everywhere. They just don't need to go as far. That's just not one of the bucks I'm looking for on this property. He's a nice deer. Trust me, I thought about shooting him twice, but he just wasn't the deer that I'm looking for. Well, it's November 7th. The rut's on. I'm getting confirmations from a lot of people. Bucks are locked down with does or being chased. We shot a bunch of good ones this last week. Unfortunately, I'm having a tough year. I just saw one running, but I barely got a glimpse of it. Man. There goes one of my pine trees that I had caged. That's frustrating. And that is not why I planted that for you. November 8th, guys. Just started raining pretty hard. I'm kind of bundled up right now. It's supposed to stop here pretty quick, so should be perfect. Rain stops, they should get up, shaking off, start walking around a little bit. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm up on top of a hill, hoping they come from the bottom up. They bed up around here. Well, It's a beautiful morning now that it stopped raining. It's November 8th. And I'm still going at it hard. I'm not going to lie. I feel like fatigue is starting to set in. I've been going at this pretty hard to try to get my 2016 buck down. But I'll tell you what, I've been getting a run for my money this year. Beautiful spot. I'm up here on top of a beautiful hilltop here. It's a great pass-through area. I know there's a couple good shooters in here. Got some great photos of them on the stealth cams, but just have not been able to catch up with them. Just gotta wait it out. That right there makes, doing some math, 80 hours yet to see a shooter. That was lumberjack. I couldn't film at all. He didn't come in this draw at all. Ran the outskirts of it, went right around. Sent check that scrape. Kept on going. He just didn't have what I was looking for. I mean, he's a great animal. I'm glad I passed him. He just wasn't the buck I'm looking for. But I'll take that kind of encounter all day long. It's cool when you take the time to figure out a set. I mean, this is a stand that honestly, every time I come to it, I'm always like, oh man, do I really want to go there? It's November 11th, but it's a perfect example of a transition area. And during a rut, they're going to use it. And sure enough, he came from those big woods, just like I said, over my shoulder, right through this draw, right into the next big set of woods. It worked perfectly. first. First, I have that shooter come in. 23 yards. Right there. I'm hundreds of hours into this for a shooter buck in Illinois this year. He's right there. Calm. He was with that smaller buck. He chased the doe in here. Just the doe wasn't ready. It was just not an ethical thing to do. So, you know what? I could have shot him. But I'd be doing the wrong thing because I'd just be shooting at body and not being able to pick a spot. It was just too dark. And it just drives me crazy when people do the wrong thing when it comes to shooting these awesome whitetails. All animals. Then, I'm sitting here, and one of my main trails is right here. This tree, right over here, just falls right on my main trail. Can't even make this stuff up. The shot didn't look awful, but it wasn't exactly pinpoint where I wanted it. It wasn't bad though. Gonna have to let him lay for sure. The good news is he went up, and when he went around back towards that way, which is good for me. What a year. It has been tough finding these bucks this year. I mean, I don't even want to talk about the number of hours I put into this year, but man, I mean, I hit those horns together. I saw him up on top of the ridge. He came flying down. I couldn't turn the camera to that side of the tree. There's no way I was going to take that chance. I knew he was going to come over here. He dropped down, came around, made the shot. It doesn't look bad, but I think it's more the liver than anything. I just reviewed the footage. I mean, I hit him. It looked like a decent shot. I mean, it wasn't way back in the guts or anything like that. It went up, went around. It went to a good area. This doe's all blowing at me. Alright guys, I just got down. I'm slipping out. There's no arrow because the arrow's in them. I have to cross the blood trail to be able to go out the back way. There's a decent amount of blood right here, so I'm glad to see that. I'm gonna slip out though. Guys, my friends just got here to give me a hand. I got Brian Mays with me. This kid is a super stud. He should still be on our team. Hopefully he'll change his mind one of these days. And his dad, Paul. I shot that buck not too far from this spot right here. Unfortunately, the wind is going right to where he was. It's been about 4.5, 5 hours now. I know where the blood is. I've been teaching this dog not to pick up sticks, but to start finding blood. So we're going to slip in over here. We're going to get on the blood trail. We're going to go nice and easy and see if we can find this buck.
All right, guys. Good girl. She was pulling, man.
Yeah, she sure
Dude,
was.
we got ourselves a blood dog in the training. Good girl, Mia. Good girl. Oh. There is nothing better than when you find your buck. Good girl, Mia. A little further back than I thought, but man, I was angling in right. It was in that offside shoulder, guys. Oh. Woo! The double cross did its job. Oh man, good old zombie slayers. I like the sound of those. Woo! Bow hunt or die, guys. This is why we do it. I mean, seriously, I don't even want to tell you how many hours I am to finally put an arrow in a good, mature Illinois buck. I mean, just a nice bruiser buck. I mean, big body, not the biggest rack in the world, but man, just a cool looking deer. And I am proud to have my first tag done. Mia did an awesome job on the blood trail. I mean, she was pulling hard along the way when she was confident. But just an awesome, awesome buck. Good girl, Mia. Nice old face on him. I love when you shoot these big mature bucks. I mean, that's what it's all about. I let a lot of deer pass this year, but again, he's not the biggest one that I've seen, but I will tell you, in the last 13 days of hunting, this is the second mature buck I've seen in 13 days of hunting. So I'm proud to have been able to get an arrow in him. I mean, man, when I hit those horns, he didn't give me much time. He came on a beeline and luckily was able to come right into my shooting lane. So, whew. And I will also say that this is a first buck that has taken me until November 13th to be able to finally get an arrow into. It's been a heck of a tough season for me. The other teammates have been doing fantastic, but for me, it has been a tough one. Whew, nice buck. Bow hunt or die.
Well, after almost 2 months in the whitetail woods, Graf finally gets it done. Once again, a great shot, great buck, great footage. How did it feel to shoot that deer after that many days of hunting?
I mean, seriously. I mean, after that one, I was starting to get a little batty. I mean, there was no question about it. I was definitely like, you know what? This just may be the first year ever in history that I did not have a buck done before the shotgun season or rifle season.
Well, unfortunately for that deer, that didn't happen. But
well, you know, not to interrupt you there, Justin, but I mean, that buck did come in earlier that morning. And, you know, I don't know how much you can really see on the footage. I mean, I think when you're looking at the little screen, when you're self-filming, it's a little bit, you know, it looks worse than maybe what it looks on the big screen. But I mean, I had a chance to shoot that buck earlier in the morning, and it just wasn't, the light conditions weren't the greatest. And I wanted to have the best video footage I could get. And at the time when I see that buck up on the ridge and I'm able to get to the rattle antlers and I'm trying to reach for my camera and try to get him to swing around and he comes in, I didn't really realize it was him coming back again. But I mean, man, I tell you what, if it wasn't for the little hit of those horns, I mean, whew, I mean, it wouldn't have happened. I mean, he was going a different direction. So.
Well, I mean, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So another great hunt from Todd, another successful season. Guys, next up, we are going to get our tech tip, I should say, for this week from Lancaster Archery. All right, guys, this week's tech tip isn't going to be about archery or how to shoot better or become a better bow hunter, but it's going to be about how to stay safe when you're out in the woods. This is something that Todd and I have preached over and over again, but I still feel like there's maybe some misconceptions or misunderstandings out there. So the first thing we want to talk about, obviously, wearing a safety harness. I think most people are wearing a harness these days, but where a lot of guys are going wrong is they're not using a lifeline. You know, for those of you who don't know, the vast majority of tree stand falls actually happen when you're getting into or out of your tree stand. If you wait to get tethered in until you're in your tree stand, you're leaving yourself vulnerable for slipping off of a stick or taking a misstep, getting in or out of your stand and taking a tumble to the ground. I personally know several people this year that have fallen out of tree stands and gotten seriously injured and honestly are lucky to be alive right now because they weren't using a lifeline. So number one, guys, please use lifelines in all your stands. Now, number two, when you are using a lifeline, there's kind of some do's and don'ts on how to use them. First and foremost, you want to make sure that you tie that lifeline around the bottom of your tree once you have it installed. This way, as you're going up the tree and you're pushing this prusik knot up the tree, it's not actually pulling the rope up along with it. Second thing, if you're going to tie it off at the bottom of the tree, don't tie it to your climbing sticks, especially if you're using a lone wolf type stick that's actually held in place by pulling the stick down and putting pressure on it. If you tie your rope around the stick and then you pull up on this lifeline as you're climbing, you can actually unseat the stick from the tree. So you always want to tie it either to the tree itself or you can use a screw-in hook or a tree step and tie off to that or to a branch or anything that's, you know, in a fixed position. The next thing with using a lifeline, I see a lot of guys doing this wrong, is they actually grab this prusik knot as they're going up or down the tree and they slide the prusik knot like this with their hand over it. You always want to make sure that when you're coming down the tree, you hold the rope and you actually push the prusik knot like this, or when you're going up the tree, you actually go underneath and you push it up from underneath. The reason for this is if you fall, your first reaction is going to be to grab whatever it is you're hanging onto. And if you grab onto this prusik knot, you're going to actually limit its ability to bite into this rope, and you're actually going to slide right down this tree with your hand on the prusik knot. So always remember, above or below when you're climbing or descending. The last thing I want to talk about, and this is probably the thing I see people doing wrong the most, is actually the height at which they put their lifeline and where they tether off when they're in the tree. When you are in the seated position, you want this tether, you don't want it to be tight and pulling on you, but you want it to be somewhat taut. You don't want it low. I see a lot of guys putting this tether down by their waist level. You don't want to do that. Number one, if you do fall, you're going to fall a lot farther before your harness catches you, which means more pain when it does catch you. But most importantly, if you fall off your tree stand on the opposite side from where your climbing sticks or your screw-in steps are at, and your tether is too low, it's a very real possibility you're going to fall below the level of your platform, which means you're going to be suspended on the other side of your platform from your climbing sticks, making it very difficult to either get back to the platform or to the stick so that you can get yourself up and into a safe position. You always want to have that tether, like I said, when you are in a seated position, it shouldn't be tight, but it should be taut. Don't worry about it. It's not going to affect your shooting. You're able to actually still swivel all the way around the tree and shoot underneath this tether. I think most guys put it low because they're worried about it interfering with their shot. If you put it up high enough, it's not going to interfere with your shot. Trust me, I've been doing it for years. So guys, that's your tip for this week. Make sure you use all the safety gear that's available to you. It's all available at Lancaster Archery. You can pick it up. They have it in stock, ready to ship, ready to go. So make sure you stay safe out there.
Hey Justin, that's a great tip. And you know what? If anyone is looking for like a last-minute Christmas item for somebody, guys, I mean, safety, safety, safety. I mean,
sure.
Our friends over at Lancaster definitely sell hunter safety systems, you know, products. And I mean, if you're not using lifelines, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but you need to start immediately. They are the best product for when it comes to hunting out of tree stands. So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So guys, next up we're going to take a couple minutes or seconds to thank the folks that sent in their trophy photos for this week's episode.
Dakota Langford.
Jack Peterson.
Lee Calhoun,
Chase Blankenship,
Chris Sellers.
and Brian Boland.
Congratulations, everyone. Those are some great trophies. And if you'd like to see yourself right here on an episode of Bowhunt or Die, there's still some time left. We still have 3 or 4 episodes left to air, so you just never know when you're going to appear right here on an episode.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple more to go. Guys, next week we've got another great episode. I think we're going to have Josh Fletcher. He shot a nice buck up there in Wisconsin. I know Josh is always seems to be one of the fan favorites out there whenever we show
That's a good
Josh's
job.
hunts. They like his Wisconsin accent for some reason. So we got another great hunt for you next week, along with some updates from some team members doing some late season hunting. And speaking of late season, we've had some cold here
This
the
is
last
it.
couple days, boy.
This is the kind of weather that we talk about to really get deer up on their feet and into a feeding frenzy. I mean, there's no question about it. When you're in this type of temperature, they got to eat.
They're saying 18 below zero on Sunday.
Sunday. There you go.
That is very,
I
very
am
cold.
hoping to sneak out on Sunday evening.
I will be home where it is nice and warm.
Why?
And I will not
Why
be-
don't you come with me?
No thanks.
Oh, man.
I would
See
love
that?
to, but no thanks. So guys, we will see you right here next week on Bowhunt or Die.
For more exciting action, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and receive live updates from our team members as well as the latest happenings in the bow hunting and archery world. Be sure to share your photos, stories, and experiences as well. And don't forget to pick up your official bowhunting.com and Bowhunt or Die gear by visiting bowhunting.com/gear. We have a full selection of hats, shirts, decals, wristbands, and much more.
Welcome to Todd Graf or Die. This episode.
This is going to
All
be a
Todd,
problem, isn't
all-
it? Well, guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Bowhunt or Die. Here we are in the studio and Okay. Sorry. That was good. I thought it was a little different. No? Thank you.
Yet another episode. Here we go.
No, it didn't sound like that at all.